Welcome! And you're probably wondering why I uploaded every single week, once a week, for several weeks, and then I stopped uploading for several weeks. And the reason for that is because I just quit doing that. But fear not, my children. We're going to make up for that right very now. Because I'm doing a series, which means I should be able to upload, at all for starters. But obviously, hopefully, at least more than once a week. But we're going to upload videos to YouTube, which is something we don't really do here on the World Class Jerk channel, and that is neat. Now it's time to get into the details of this. What is this series about, and why can you trust me to actually upload on it? And I know that's a weird thing to say, so let me explain. Here on the World Class Jerk channel, series is a scary word, because what I usually do is I'll upload an episode 1, then I'll upload another episode, and then I'll just stop forever, and I don't continue the series anymore. But, look, we're not going to do that with this one, because we have a goal, which means I have something to aim for, which means that I probably won't end up quitting for no reason. But what is our goal? What is our goal? I didn't have to ask that twice, but I'll answer it once. Our goal is to build Nanocarbon Alloy Factory 2.0, and if you don't know what that is a separate video I made on how to build a factory that automatically turns your soil into nanocarbon alloy. And I think it would be neat to build that in survival, and useful for you to understand how to do that. And thus, this series is going to be a creepy combination between a playthrough and sort of a tutorial so you can follow along with me. So it's going to be structured quite odd, but basically, I'm going to try to make it super clear what I'm doing all the time. So it's kind of like an extra long tutorial across multiple videos, basically. Do with that what you will. We're going to get started right now, because the first episode is going to be just about us getting bytes in the early game. How do we get bytes in the early game? Well, I don't know how the average Astroneer player gets bytes in the early game, but I assume they use research items and research samples. But I've come to learn that those aren't really that good on the home planet, so we want to get those from another planet. But in order to get to that other planet, we need bytes to begin with. So how do we get bytes on the home planet so that we can leave? Well, the fastest way is going to be with quests, which means immediately that this video could quickly become hard to follow for you. So what I'm gonna do is do some type of thing on screen right now that shows what quests we're gonna do, and then when we get to those quests, I'm going to explain how to do that quest and what it gives you. And then at the end, you'll see how many bytes we get overall from all these quests and what we're going to use those bytes for so that we can leave the planet. I hope that was a sufficient explanation, if not extra long. But, yeah, I guess we're going to get started now. The first quest is called Planet Fall. All you have to do to get this quest is be on the planet at the start, so this is basically just a free quest, and it gives you these items. So what I'm gonna do is just set these up the way you're supposed to, and you'll notice when you do this that it completes the next quest, which is called Astroneering Basics. And then when we accept that, we get tethers and 500 bytes. Then we simply pick up the said tethers we get from that quest, and then we place them, which completes the next quest. As you can see, this process is pretty quick. That's why we like using quests to get bytes right when we start out, because it's going crazy right now. Now here's where things get freaky, because we have two quests right here, and we can do either one. That's why I said it might get a little confusing to follow this. So basically, with these two quests, we can do them both at the same time. This one says we need to gather 4 compound and 4 resin. This one says we need to fill the small canister we just got from our last quest. So we're going to gather 8 compound and 8 resin instead of 4 of each, because we're probably going to need more compound and resin in the future, so why not get it now? And thus the quest to fill your soil canister is just going to happen automatically, because while you're gathering the resin and compound for one quest, you are going to get the soil canister full by the time you are done. And just like this, we have a beautiful little stockpile of resources. I recommend getting 3 organic if you want to follow along with doing quests for bytes. because we're going to need those later, but I don't want to spoil why. I mean, you're going to find out so soon, so it doesn't really matter. But yes, that means we have completed both quests because we also filled our soil canister, and so we can accept both of them. The one for filling our soil canister gives us 500 bytes. We enjoy that. And the other one just gives us these items right here, which We don't need for Bytes, obviously, but it does give us a little bit of help. And also, we were going to have to complete that quest anyways because we need compound and resin in this life. So you may as well take the stuff it gives you for that. And I hate to be too particular on details here, but for those of you who do want to follow along with my preferred way of doing things, I will show you what I generally like to do with these platforms. And what I do is this. This is where I'm going to put the medium printer I make later. And then this right here, I just put the medium storage on. And then whenever I get a small generator, I put the small generator on here and fill this up with organics so that it can have a bunch of stockpiled fuel that will automatically load into it. Good technique. But believe it or not, this is half the bytes we need to leave the planet. Actually, probably more than half. I don't know the exact number. But just like that, it's very fast. This is not a slow method at all. We're going to be gone soon because we only need to do 2 more quests in order to get the rest of the bytes we need to leave the planet. One of them is this one right here called Lights in the Distance. And once you do this quest, it unlocks another quest that we already know what we're going to need to do for because we are me. So I know what quest comes after that. So what we're going to do is basically do both of those quests right after one another so that we can save a little bit of time. And so I'm going to show you what you need for that. You are going to need 4 stacks of tethers, so I've got part of one left. I'm just going to do 3 more. Then you need 3 small generators, so that's going to be 3 carbon. Then we find the small generator. Now then, that 3 organic that I recommended you get earlier is going to go on these. So what we're going to do is to save inventory space, we're going to load these and then press F on each of them to turn them off and just put them in our inventory. Boom, we have what we need to do both of the next quests, the last 2 quests that we have to do before we leave the planet. But what is the quest? Well, the Lights in the Distance quest is just go to the North Pole. And the way you find the North Pole is by holding R and then selecting the compass at the top of your screen and looking for the purple dot, which is in this direction. And we're just gonna go to it. That's what you do. You just go to it. And it won't take very long before you can see it over the horizon. Just like this right here. And the tethers didn't quite get us there, so if you want more, then you can get more, but I don't really care as long as we're close enough that I have enough oxygen. And right when you arrive, you are going to complete the quest just like that. And then it unlocks the next quest, which is simply to power the thing. Which, there it is, down there. And all we gotta do is just place these generators up here like this and orient them so that they don't look stupid, because who wants them to look stupid? Connect them all to each other and then connect them to the gateway, turn them all on, and then wait. And it really doesn't take that long. As you can see, the generators are still basically full of fuel, and then boom. That is 2 quests in 1. Now we're going to go back and get the last 1,500 bytes we need, doubling what we've gotten so far. Very nice. Just like this, 500 bytes, and then up here, 1,000 bytes. As promised, that gets us to 3,000. Now what do we unlock? Well, obviously, since our goal is to leave the planet, the first thing is a small shuttle. And obviously, since our goal is to leave the planet, the next thing is a thruster for that shuttle. So, that's those. Leaves us with 1,000 bytes. What else do we need? We need a smelting furnace because we need aluminum to make the thruster and the rocket. And you can't have aluminum without smelting it. So, smelter. And the rest is kind of just like whatever you want to spend them on. But yeah, in order to get aluminum, it is caving time. Wait a second. This guy sounds like a villager. Yeah, but I forgot to mention that we only need 3 aluminum, so if you didn't know that, if you were uneducated, now you are educated because I educated you. You need 3 aluminum. Because you need 2 for the shuttle and 1 for the thruster, but oh no. What else do you need for the thruster? And for that, you want to come out into the woods, because that's where you find ammonium on the home planet. So just keep on creeping around here like a little creep, and then eventually you're gonna find some. And what do you know? I also found a gravity globe, which is very nice because it's a vehicle that's so cheap that it's actually free because I just found it here. Boom, as you can see here. Actually, I don't know if you can see it because it's just like little. There's some ammonium. Oh, there's really not that much. So generally speaking, you're probably not going to get scammed that bad. And right here is some more. So I'm going to gather 2. And you should gather 2. No. I'm going to gather 3, and you should gather 3 because I'm going to gather 3, which means I lied earlier when I said we only need 3 aluminum because we're actually going to need 5, probably. I don't actually exactly know what I'm going to do in this series. Look, I don't know, okay? I'm not a perfect man. Just kidding, I am. But I don't know if I'm going to go to just one planet and back, or if I'm going to try to go to multiple planets in a round trip whenever we do blast off. So that's why I want to get 2 more aluminum, just so we have options. Options are good because they give us choices. I also just demonstrated why I often advise that people gather a whole backpack full of each item that they gather in case they need more, but then I didn't do it again just now, so follow my advice even if I don't. Also, fun fact in life, this is kind of relevant, but kind of not. Well, no, it's just relevant. It is. You need to know this at some point. Whenever you put this here, it completes this quest right here, which gives you a large platform B and the schematic to craft large platform B, basically meaning you don't have to unlock large platform B. You can just have it be unlocked by using the printer. Don't waste your bytes on it. But yes, things are getting real now because they're not getting fake. And, that's why we're making a smelter, so that we can smelt our aluminum so that we can leave. Fun. Anyways, time for a little intermission here. I know that this video is odd, that it's structured funny. It's like very, very tutorial-esque, but I did warn you at the start. Also, I don't think that the future ones will be quite as odd as this one. It's just that I had a lot to explain in the form of how to do every single quest we needed. So from here on out, it should be more straightforward. Each episode should be more focused, more nice, more convenient. Come back, give me more views, give me more money. That's what I'm trying to say. Right when we put that there, we put a ladder right on top, start blast furnacing. It will begin something beautiful. It will start the completion of yet another quest. As you can see, right when we smelt our first thing, which for us is aluminum, we get, not that, that's not what I was talking about, but I guess we got that too for the small generator. We get this, which gives us medium storage, no big deal. I just wanted to make a dramatic sequence of events for no reason. But yeah, generally is nice to have medium storage by your smelter, so I just wasted everyone's time with that. Look, okay, I get bored while I'm waiting for this stuff to happen, so I start yapping. But then I don't cut it from the video, though. I don't do that. I leave it in. Okay, lying is bad, so I won't lie to you, okay? Now we have every single drop of now we almost have every single drop of aluminum that we need, and once we do, all that will be left is to have a large printer, which we do over there crafting right now. We need a large printer, which is what we use to craft the actual shuttle itself, and so what I'm going to do now is craft all the thrusters, which are crafted in the small printer. I'm going to get that done. We have done it, family. We have done it. We have everything we need to complete our goals in this life, except for the aluminum in my inventory. But now we have that. And so, we craft the... How much power does this take? We craft the small shuttle, and then we are home free to leave the planet. But I'm not going to do that in this episode, because even though this episode's probably short, it was packed full of stuff that we did. We did a lot of stuff. So... I say this suffices for one episode, and hopefully in the next one, we will... I don't know actually what we're going to do. We're going to at least go to Glacio to get a bunch of bytes. I don't know precisely how I'm going to get a bunch of bytes, or if I'm going to go to other planets as well. Yeah, big fat mysteries in this life. Actually, I think I do know what I'm going to do, but I'm not going to spoil it. Yeah, so there's that. Have a wonderful evening, or morning. I guess it could be morning. I know that there's some freaks that watch my videos at like 3 a.m. I've been watching. A lot of people watch my stuff at like 3 a.m. Who watches Astroneer videos at 3 a.m.? If you're watching this and it's 3 a.m., you're a loser.